if there's a slight incline, to start at the top of that incline and push forward, coast, and then after you're comfortable with just coasting along, you kind of lift yourself into the saddle. The pedals are coming around, and you hook your feet onto the pedals, and you look out straight ahead, and just be careful if there are any obstacles in the way. And usually a person like one of our members, Alan Ponder, has taught many people how to ride at this event in Wethersfield, and also in other venues in New Haven and Milford and Guilford. So that's about it. You know, there's a very limited turning radius on these machines because you figure the wheel is so big, you turn too sharp, it's going to come around and hit you in the leg. So you've got to be careful when you're learning how to ride a high wheel.
So for a lot of people who are coming at this from just, you know, they're interested, they haven't done too much studying themselves, why was the wheels so big to begin with? And then eventually they went down to smaller wheels. Why did they start so big before they ended up being the size they are today?
Well, for some reason or other, the chain technology wasn't applied to the bicycle. And when you went to get a bicycle, you would always have your inseam measured. And that was the way these bicycles were fitted to you. It started off with a 24-inch diameter, children's size, and in 2-inch increments up to approximately 64 inches. That's how big the wheel was. There's some slight adjustment in the pedal area, maybe to get an inch or two to fine-tune your inseam measurement. But as you grew up, if you were a young person to get a bicycle and you outgrew the size, you'd go to a bigger wheel.
I mean, all of you guys, thank you so much for coming and bringing your bikes to share with us. I know one is a reproduction that most people are riding on. It's the same type of bike, it's just built more recently. And then there's another bike that was actually over a century old with a skip tooth that people were riding. What was that other bike that people were riding with? It was a safety?
Yeah, it was a safety bicycle. It was a Columbia, and it's the next, well, you could call the next generation after the high wheel. Once the chain was applied to the bicycle, the wheels became smaller, hence the term the safety bicycle. And when the safety bicycles showed up at the racetracks, there was a big racetrack in Springfield, one in Hartford, one in New Haven. And when these safeties showed up and started winning the races, this would be in the late 1880s and early 1890s, the high wheel bicycle went out of style almost within 2 years.
So, I mean, most people who have just relearned about these bicycles, because you never really forgot about these bicycles, but you realize they're still out there, is like some of the TV shows that are out, like American Pickers. When Mike finds one, he's incredibly happy. You know, and for him to ride one makes a lot of people think I can ride one. So you guys have literally made a bunch of our dreams come true, and I thank you for that. It's one thing I can click off my life list, is that I rode a high wheeler with you guys. So I really appreciate it, and I bet you guys are going to get groupies who follow you around from place to place that you demonstrate, so that they can also get this, because it really is, it's magical. To be able to ride something that's it's like riding history. It's amazing because it brings it right back to life. So thank you very much.
Well, you're quite welcome, and you're right, it is infectious. Once you get up on a wheel and you get the good feeling of it, you want to get one.
Yeah, you do. So if I want an entry level bike, how much am I looking to spend to get on board with one of those? Because you know you're going to be cool going around your town. So how much is the price of being cool?
Well, I mean, if you find one, it could be something that needs work on it. it could be maybe $1,000 for a genuine old one, but they range any place from 1,000 to 15,000. You know, it all depends on the size of the wheel, the rarity of the wheel, conditions. Some bikes are what we call wall hangers. Maybe you could find a $1,000 bicycle and hang it up on your wall, because if you attempt to ride it, the wheel could collapse on you. So, you know, it's you go on to wheelman.org, and if you're interested, you could always join as an associate member, and they will send you certain times throughout the year some fact sheets with stuff that's for sale or can be repaired, or various news about what's happening in the high wheel world.
All right, we'll do that, and that's at wheelman.org.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wheelman.org. Check them out. And thank you guys, all three of you, again for coming.
Thank you.